All right, you may have heard the big news, but Ford just released their brand new F-150 Lightning electric pickup truck today. And even though it's not available until the spring of 2022, which is only about a year away from today, you can put $100 down right now and get your name in the line. And I'm telling you, after you see this video, you may want to reach deep in your pockets and put out that cash to get in line, because this thing is cool. I think it makes sense to electrify, whether it's hybrid, plug-in hybrid, or full battery electric large vehicles like pickup trucks and work trucks, because these vehicles are synonymous with bad fuel economy or not as good fuel economy, and it just makes more sense than electrifying something that is like a compact or subcompact. All right, let's just jump right into the numbers. This new F-150 Lightning is built on an all-new frame using high-strength steel. It has a payload capacity of up to 2,000 pounds and a towing capacity up to 10,000 pounds. Now, there are two thermally managed battery options. There's the base one that'll get you a range about 370 kilometers, which is 230 miles. And then there's the extended range, which will get you 483 kilometers, and that's 300 miles. All F-150s come with standard with all-wheel drive, so you have two motors, one in the front, one in the back. And for the first time ever in an F-150, you get independent rear suspension. The dual inboard electric motors will produce 563 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque, which is the most in any F-150. Performance-wise, we're talking mid 4 seconds in a pickup truck, and that's actually faster than the Ford F-150 Raptor even. We recently just tested the new F-150 Power Boost, and that's Ford's V6 hybrid, and with that, they introduced Pro Power on board, which uses the hybrid batteries as a generator, so you can power all your power tools on the work site or whatever you want to plug in into the rear of that. Well, this new Lightning even kicks it up a notch, because you don't need that gas engine because you have such a large battery bank to work with. You have 9.6 kilowatts of power in this truck. In the rear bed, you have 7.2 kilowatts available to you. You have 120 plugs, you have 240 outlets as well. So you can plug in things like arc welders and plasma cutters. Whatever you pretty well have, this will do it. Here's a very practical feature for this Lightning, especially if you live in areas that might be prone to blackouts or brownouts, some power outages. You can actually use your Lightning as a power supply to your entire house. If you have the extended battery option, when it's fully charged, you could power your house for up to 3 full days. And depending on what you're using, if you want to be really conservative, you can actually stretch that out to 10 days. So that is a big plus. And also, hey, if you're not using it for an emergency use, once again, all that camping and tailgating power right there. Up front is what Ford is calling the Mega Power Frunk. I just call it GT for good times. You see, since there is no gasoline engine under that front hood, when you open it up now, they've designed it, first of all, it has a very low load-in height. There is no grill area per se, so you have this huge cargo area. It will fit 2 full-size golf bags, or if you're traveling, 2 carry-on suitcases plus 1 check-in case. It also has drain plugs on the bottom, so if you want to use it to perhaps fill it up with ice, use it as a cooler if you're camping or tailgating. And you also get power outlets. You get 2.4 kilowatts of power available in the front as well. So regardless if you're hanging out in the back or in the front, this thing really has you covered. One thing that appeals to me for this Lightning is that it's still an F-150. Sure, there are some design and styling cues that differentiate it with the regular gasoline version, but when you look at it, it is an F-150 pickup truck. There's no mistaking that. It's not some Starship looking truck, if you know what I mean. And for some people, that's cool. I like something a little bit more conservative that looks like a regular vehicle, and that's what this is. There are other electric pickup trucks coming on the market very soon, but did you know that the F-Series pickup has been the #1 selling truck in America for 44 years. And here in Canada, it's been the #1 for 55 years. And that's a great thing if you're thinking about buying an electric pickup truck, because you have all those years of experience of Ford being top dog with that F-150. And you know what? They're definitely not gonna mess it up. The Lightning has a military-grade aluminum alloy body and an upgraded frame support to house the battery for structural and for safety. Now, this Lightning has been rigorously tested just like all the F-150s. So you have the hot weather testing in the hottest conditions, pulling a trailer with a load up a hill. You have cold weather testing, you have a suspension testing. And remember, the battery pack is thermally managed for heat and for cooling. Base model Lightnings get the Sync 4 system, whereas if you go to the Lariat trim and up, you will get a brand new Sync 4A system, and that comes with a 15.5-inch screen, tons of real estate, and you also get that with a 12-inch digital cluster behind the steering wheel. Remember, this is still an F-150, so all the good features that you might have in your existing F-150 that you love, whether it's in the cab or the bed, they're available on this truck as well. Another new feature introduced on this Lightning is the trailer hitch assist. So not only can you use a dial to back your trailer up, if you're loading your trailer up with this new feature, it will actually operate the throttle, the brake, and the steering and line you up perfectly with that trailer hitch. The new Lightning is the most connected F-150 ever made. You can get over-the-air updates with this. You can get Blue Cruise, which is Ford's new hands-free driving system. And so if you're on highways in the US or Canada, hey, you can take a lot of stress out of some real long, monotonous drives. They even have available built-in scales to measure the payload of this vehicle, and it works in conjunction with the navigation and the entire system, and it will give you a more true, accurate range prediction of how much power you're going to need to get to where you want to go. So what's it going to cost you to get into a new Lightning? Well, it's going to depend on what model you choose and where you live. So in the US, the Lightning starts at under $40,000. In Canada, we start up at a higher trim level. So we start at the XLT trim. So we have XLT, we have Lariat, we have Platinum, and we start at $68,000. And our trim levels, even on our XLT, for instance, may have different options as the ones in the US. So make sure, check with your local Ford website where you live to see what's available for your truck. And that, of course, is based on the regular range battery. If you go up trim levels, let's say to the Platinum with the extended range and some options, there is no pricing for the top of the line trim yet, but I'm going to guess it's going to run probably north of $90,000 Canadian. I'm really interested to know what you think of this new F-150 Lightning. Personally, I love everything about it. I love that it's still an F-150. It looks like an F-150. It has some great technology. You have the capabilities of a pickup truck. I've always wanted a pickup truck, but one thing that has really deterred me is the fuel economy, but that's taken care of being an EV. They're great family vehicles. You have a lot of room in the cabin for your family. Plus, with that new Frunk, you can lock things in there. And of course, you have the lightning acceleration of the mid 4 seconds, 0 to 60. What's not to like? I like it so much. See this? Yes, this is Canadian funny money. $250 bills, that's $100 here. I am putting my deposit down on one of these F-150s. And I'm glad they are not coming out until next year, because I still have to talk my wife into it and tell her that we really need this truck. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this and updates on trucks like this. Take care. Cheers.